What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Our Take. I am your host, Farrah, hostess with the Moses. And of course, don't you dare snare your little nose up over there. I see you. This
Mm.
guest is the best. Yeah, he better be a guest and not a co-host. Man,
You see how I fell down from co-host to guest? He said, this guest is the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the guest seat, right in the co-host seat. Right now, I'm acting fool. And I can pop in and pop out like all the guests do, talk junk and never come back, or come back when they want to. I'm going to pop off today. That's what's about to happen. Now,
Man, listen, well, do what you gotta do in different color.
and live in color.
Cause I know how's your weekend been, man?
Man, when was the last time we talked? It was Tuesday. Last time we talked.
Tuesday, you don't talk to me, y'all, outside of this show.
For real, this is the first. Actually, I was going to say something about this. This is the first week we ain't even chatted. We usually throw something back and forth at each other. We ain't say nothing. That means she was tired of me. I done did something to her.
I mean, I've been asleep all week. I've had a rough week, man. Lack of sleep will kill you.
And I'm the opposite. I've been getting enough sleep that I get on this job, that other thing that I have to do, and that's been a little stressful. It's. No, I ain't gonna say nothing because you put the words in action, so I'm gonna say nothing right now. But yes, everything's all good. The kid went back to school on Wednesday for the first time, so she out. And she, of course, 2 days in, she hated. I'm like, this is the first 2-3 days of school you already hated. Come on, for real. We got a long year. Could you like the first 3 days? Like, all you doing is picking the classes and see who in your class. All you in it, that's all you doing. You ain't doing no work.
No, and no.
No.
It's not happening. So, wish it could, but unfortunately, not gonna happen. Most kids do hate school. I think you did too. You hated it. So, but kudos to all the kids back in school, high school, elementary, pre-K, pre-3. I've seen some pre-3K. They 3 years old. I've seen them too. They some special ed kids that's really smart and needs to be at a damn school and not a daycare. So there's some out there. So kudos to everybody who went back to school.
I'm gonna say kudos to the kids. I'm gonna choke out the parents because if I see another first day of school picture running around here, I mean, like every single parent dropping first day of school, like the kid don't
and them kids are bad. They sitting up.
Like,
they won't even smile in the picture. My nephew, he hates them. She posted hers, and all I said was, I need to know how the fight went to get this picture. I know it was a straight fight. She was like, don't even ask. Like, yeah, these kids don't want to take pictures no more. Jalen was like, go away.
But my daughter was excited. She jumped up early. She made her own sign. She was ready. And then we took the picture, but I don't post mine because I'm like, I keep it at for personal. I post mine. And then she comes home and is like, I hate it. I'm like, so that energy just died between them getting up this morning and getting off the bus because you don't want to drive yet. That's your choice. But that's okay.
They got to do what they got to do. But kudos to everybody back out there in school and big ups to all the moms and pops out there with these raggedy kids. Drink your bottle of wine. I ain't say a glass, a damn bottle, man. Go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm happy for y'all. But Cool Monkey, man, you didn't come last week.
And he ain't got no quarterback. Cool Monkey, no quarterback playing. We gonna talk about you now. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You better find you one.
It wasn't me. So that's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't me that called you out. But we got a few things we need to talk about today. We got an action-packed football day, so I'm gonna get y'all on and off because football started like 12, 1 o'clock, depending on where you at in the country. But definitely want to get everybody out here. I don't have nothing to do today. So I'm going to clean up. I think I might have a couple friends over, some neighbors, the kids going out of town. So we're gonna chill with the kids and not really the kids. He one kid. He real cool though.
I get no invitation. I got a kid.
I don't come nowhere. I don't never come nowhere. I always ask you to come over.
That's all that.
He don't like drinking and driving. He done got that old that he can't drink and drive. Not that I'm promoting it.
Because I'm old, I've practiced it over the years and I've perfected it. It's them young people who can't do it. Them old people have figured it out. We know how to do it.
Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you. So it kind of is what it is. I had my experience drinking and driving this week. I wasn't even drinking. I actually didn't drink. I was a duddy dud out on a work event, but I don't like doing too much on a work event. So I was out Thursday night pretty late, like get in trouble late.
And And you heard the word "get in trouble" late.
I didn't get in trouble, but I'm just saying that's the hours I got back here. Hey, them coworkers go hard. They go hard at the bank.
When y'all work at home and y'all don't see each other, all of a sudden,
and the company van and it's free.
Nothing but a gangster party.
So yeah, I had a good time. But outside of that, let's see. Dylan Gabriel starting there. Yes, he is. I'm glad you brought that up. I thought his thigh was hurt. Thought he had a growing a hamstring, or that was just something to say because Shador was starting.
All that was fixed once Shador did what he did in that first game. Listen, ain't nothing.
He'd have been even more hurt if Shador hadn't got hurt this week. So I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know, but we're gonna roll with Gabe today. See what he's working with.
Yeah, it's a left-handed bandit.
The left-handed bandit. Well, he got to go against the other left-handed bandit, but I doubt he plays. So they'll be playing Philly today. I'm gonna try getting Risha and Anu. Yeah, tell them I'm sick of them. This is telling me they have not subscribed. That's what that's telling me because they would get a ding 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 alert. But I digress.
Maybe they're sleeping. You ever thought about
that? They may be sleeping, but wake your ass up when we on. You go back to sleep. Wake your ass up. But our first topic.
All right.
It's very, very sensitive. It's very sensitive to me. You ain't got to zip your lip. I need whole honesty because this is crazy, and we're really trying to bring a spotlight on it. I know TT always fussing at me about my high school and all that good stuff, but no, we got to put some spotlights on it. I'm going to use my platform. But, of course, y'all heard me talk about LJ Smith. He is the 11th best by ESPN player coming out in 27, the 27 class. Of course, that comes with hate. With a lot of team members and not team members, but other teams, other players, you know how that is in high school, the pettiness. But I've come from a small rural town where it is actually very, very, it can be very, very racist. We've learned to live through all of that, which most people can understand. You got to live. So I love my town. I represent it, but I do have to understand the bad that comes with it as well. But to make a long story short, some high schoolers at West Lincoln High School, yes, I will call them exactly out where they are, Vail, North Carolina. They actually have some kids who actually got together. They're clearly in a gym or some type of storage or maybe a garage drinking beer, clearly. And looks like allegedly because they do have some cup holders. But drinking underage, soda, beer, who knows. Now it went in a solo. They just had the good cup holders on there to keep them cool, them old school ones, Papa's thingy. But they started making racial slurs directed at LJ Smith Jr., which we are completely dumbfounded with. And I would love to show the video. I've been torn myself whether I was or not. Definitely, it is definitely circulated the internet, but and they're very, very blatant with LJ is an N-word. I'm talking about the vowel being laid out for a good 10 seconds, like he was singing a note. So I think you get the picture. So definitely this kid. And then, of course, they went to the school board. All this happened this week. The schools did pretty much nothing. I think the kids got suspended for 3 days. That is about it. And they are athletes as well. So we're fighting for a little bit more to be done because this is something that always happened. Just in 2022, they painted NIGGER on our rock on our homecoming. So definitely this is something we're tired of. Even when I was in high school, they're the Running Rebels. I can remember going to their high school where there's a horse painted on the wall chasing a black silhouette. So definitely, and it got painted over during my high school tenure. But the Running Rebel, the horse is still there. So tells you a little bit about that history, but definitely want to put that out there. We're sick of it. I don't really know what else to say. And for those who think racism still isn't here, for those who don't think that Trump is making people unable to say what they really feel even louder, you're dead ass wrong. Maybe you just haven't experienced it. And I'm gonna rest on that.
All right. First, I want to shout out to Miss Abel's and one of my mommy's friends, one of my aunties are watching us on Facebook, so I'm gonna shout her out.
Hey.
But what I'm gonna say is this: as your parents will tell you, and their parents told them, and we try to tell our kids, this is not something that's new. It's just something that keeps going that we've tried to figure out how to for it to stop. Um, I'm I feel bad and I'm sad for that young man because having that feeling and that's horrible. We've all can put ourselves in the position that we may not have 5, 6, 7 people sitting something drinking around calling us that, but we've had that in our face, behind our back, right beside us, and we can talk about regular people, people in authority, people whatever, and it's horrible in every situation. This is a high school kid. All he's doing is showing the talent that he was born with, and not only doing that, using that talent and practicing it to make it better. That's why you're number 11 in the country, and I'm proud of you for that. Now, these kids who just got suspended, I can do this. These are kids, and they learned this from somewhere. This is not born into them. This is something they learned.
Right.
So if they heard this from somebody they know. So that's the generational problem. Now, we can argue this point because, as you said, when you in high school, this happened. I just told a story the other day to somebody that I graduated high school in 1990. That was a couple of years before you, just a couple of years of that.
Yeah, 95, 5 years. How much?
Even at that point, we had like 4 high schools in my Georgetown area. And would you believe one of those high schools still had separate proms at that time in 1990 when I was in high school?
95, we canceled our prom because we had a biracial couple that wanted to come and they refused to have it. We literally did not have a prom in 1994. Yeah, 94.
And think about it, this is 35 years ago from this moment. We talking 35 years ago. These kids
Yes.
weren't born. These kids weren't thought about it at that time. None of these thoughts came across. And it's still happening. Yes, and I believe whomever is elected into this office of president right now is empowering people. I see it every day. These people feel that they can do whatever they want to do and say whatever they want to say because they know there's no repercussions about it. But all I can do, and I'm hoping for that young man and I'm hoping for his family, is that they are sheltering him, teaching him, and he knows. Don't react. It is what it is. Move on. And separately, none of those dudes would say that in your face.
Oh,
Together, they felt empowered.
definitely. And I will say kudos to the Smith family because they have acted very gracefully. I have not seen them go crazy on Facebook like I would have, like lost it. So definitely, kudos to that family, upstanding family. This kid doesn't deserve it. Doesn't bother anybody. Works hard. And he's going to Oak Hill Academy, so you guys will be able to see him a little bit more in the circuit. So he is starting at Oak Hill this year. But of course, his family still lives in Lincoln, and Oak Hill is literally like a 2-hour drive. It's not that far from us. So he'll be home and things of that nature, but keep them in your prayers and get that word out there. I've shared it on my Facebook page. I'll share it on this page as well. So you guys share that post. These kids need to know we need to get this awareness out here. It isn't just happening at my high school. This is happening across the country. And it's really sad. And until we speak up or even just be honest that it's happening, what are we supposed to do about it? So definitely had to bring that up today.
On a side note to that conversation, we're going to talk about this, and that I'm going to move the racism out. You just said this young man is a star in Lincoln, North Carolina. How do you feel, and this is not a conversation for today, about people in your area, people in their little hometowns of being a star and then moving to something like Oak Hill? I know it's better for him as an athlete,
Mhm.
but it's worse for y'all as a school. You losing national championship players and that kind of thing. I mean, state championship players and that stuff because these high school players are going to go to these academies now. With the new world, they have to because they got to, again, now that we got the NIL and this is how it dribbles down, these NIL high school players are not even going to college because college coaches are not wanting high school players because they need to win now and all they. So it's a whole thing. That's another conversation for the time. But I want you to think about him in Lincoln this year, state championship in North Carolina. Right now, you can say that he go to Oak Hill. What's going to happen to the rest of the team? But that's another.
Oh yeah, definitely. Got to rebuild those type things. I used to hate to see those kids go to those prep schools, but the things that they need, now with the way that the circuit is for NBA, NFL, or any of those, even going to college, they have to get on in a different circuit. They are not going to get the exposure that they need. They're not going to get the training that they need. All the different many facets, getting those deals, NIL, all those type things. So I understand why he has to go. I don't think that he really wants to go. He loves his school. I truly believe. But if you want to excel and be a top 10 in the ESPN circuit, you're not going to get that staying in high school. Some people can, but when you're in smaller schools like that, I think he's just upping his stock and making a smart move. So we're promoting him. We can drive right up the road and go see him play. He's still our kid. But of course he's at Oak Hill now, and hoping for the best for him. And then when things like this happen, you can understand why.
Get out. You want to get out. And things like this is another reason why I'm also...
He'll be hurt. If he played this year after they called him that and they had to get on the court with him, somebody going to undercut him on a dunk. That man could have a season, a career ending with that type of hate, So I'm glad he isn't having to play those kind of kids this year.
And this is where I'm on the plus side of the NIL when it comes to high school. I'm normally on the bad side. But on the plus side, if he's getting paid and he can get enough to get his people out of Lincoln to have to deal with that too in a situation, that's a plus. Because let's get out. Because even if they don't want to move, sometimes you're going to have to move because uncle, daddy, people going to see that dude at the grocery store. Ain't going to want to jam that dude in the throat.
Exactly. So, and we do got to go to the same food line. So they come down. They have to come down and go to them. So them kids probably ain't nowhere to be found right now. But just hate that. But I had to put a spotlight on it. If I have a platform, I definitely got to use it. So, yeah. But we are going to move on. Y'all know what time it is. Still preseason. Week 2. That means we got one more week. And then we get to watch real football for 4 quarters. Jesus Christ. But
September the 7th. So
September the 7th. Great birthday gift for me.
Take a deep breath. We're ready. We're ready.
Next weekend is college football. We're going to get that jump started next weekend. So we'll talk a lot more about them next week and see what those headliners are. The real good games start the 29th for college, but we got a couple of small schools that play next weekend.
Remember the 29th? I'll be headed to Atlanta to watch the Gamecocks versus Virginia Tech down in Atlanta. Remember that? Just you see,
so I guess we won't be on won't be on or something. I mean, yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. We haven't discussed that. Maybe we can go live from Atlanta, do the thing, do the show. And no issues here.
We'll see how it goes. But first, who we got this week? So we had a couple games yesterday. We had 2 games yesterday. Tennessee, the Falcons, Kansas City. I don't even know why they had their little quarterback on the picture. I have no idea. And the Seahawks. So interesting matchup. Got to see Ward play a little bit. He didn't play him much. He had 2. It was like 2 for 7 yesterday.
He didn't. They didn't want him to play much, but
why even put him in?
He was 2 for 7, but in that 2 for 7, there was a couple of those drops that he put the ball right in that receiver spot. So it would have looked better if they'd have caught that bad. He'd have been like 4 for 6 or something like that with 80 yards and still wouldn't have been played that much. But the numbers would have looked much better. So he's playing pretty well. Now, I'm going to, on a side note, they played against Atlanta, and if you saw earlier in the week, I don't know if it was CNN, ESPN, or something, they kind of misspelled the quarterback for Atlanta's last name by chance. Did you see that?
I mean, I can imagine it. I mean, how do you even pronounce it again?
It's Penix.
Penix. They like faints. They call them faints. They put an H in it.
If you take an X out and put an S, it's a whole different word. So, and somebody put it, they messed it up. Somebody messed it up on the screen sometime this week, and it only took the second week of the preseason for that to happen. So expect more of that to happen. But overall, it's preseason, 23-20, Tennessee versus Atlanta. Whoever scored were people that we probably won't see in the first week of the season.
We ain't gonna see no more in the season.
So, good game. I mean, it's football, and we're going to keep saying it's football, and we're loving that, and we saw that, and we love the energy of these people trying to make the team. We talked about it last year, after our first couple of episodes, we talked about because somebody got hurt. Remember, first episode, that dude got hurt, and we was like, do you really want to play that hard in preseason?
You really don't. Unless you're trying to put the team,
So the people who play for their life, they're playing that hard, and that's why that dude got hurt a couple of weeks ago when Atlanta played and all that stuff, but I love football. And the second game, I'm going to say something. Seattle is playing like they're playing regular season. They started their starters versus Kansas City. They put their starters in. You know, Donald threw some passes. They look good. Then I watched the first quarter and they were up like 21 something. They looking like Super Bowl champs already. But you're playing backups in Kansas City. You're playing backups in Oakland like you did last week. What you doing? What are you doing?
Man, I'm with Gerald, man. Preseason football needs to be outlawed. But I know it's a money grab. It definitely is. Just let them like do those practices they do with other teams, the little scrimmages, and move on. But to have all these games, it just drills at our little heart trying to get to the beginning of the season. But Gerald, I do appreciate you joining. Got against the grain up in here, sports. Appreciate you. But definitely, yeah, I'm over preseason.
But that dude you got for Seattle, that pitcher Bobo, he had like a couple of touchdowns. He looked good as a wide receiver. So I'm like I said, it is the money grab. These people are trying to get careers or keep their careers or just make teams. I understand that concept. So I don't like the fact that the owners are doing this because they want more money. All we got to do is stop paying for preseason games. If we stop going to them,
and those things are expensive. I went to one preseason game, and the only reason I went is because I knew the kid that was on the team. One of my associates, her son played for the Broncos. Well, he's not the reason I'm a Broncos fan, but I'm a continued fan, and he's a Super Bowl champion. Thank you. But that's the only reason I went, and I wanted to see Peyton. I didn't even get to see Peyton, man, at the hotel. Like, they invited me down to the hotel they were staying at. His mom was like, yo, come down here. They have a little sign meet and greet and stuff. So I went down there, and I ain't do my Corey shit. I'm trying to see the other folk. And I was looking for Peyton. He's like, Peyton is not coming out his room. You are not going. You ain't even know what floor he's on. I don't even know what floor he's on. So
he had the whole top floor without the rest of y'all. He had the floor by himself and the rest.
And I paid $200 for them tickets. They are still expensive to a Cowboys game. Cowboys, Broncos.
Exactly. So, but we're gonna have to figure out a way these fellas can make the teams without getting hurt. And I don't want longer seasons. I do not want longer seasons in the NFL. This is not a subject we're gonna broach. I am not for it because the longer the season, the more opportunities for people to get hurt.
But do like they do in high school and college. You have tryouts. Shit. Even in college, they just have scrimmages. We don't see nothing about all that. They go to drills and they pick a damn player based off of their their skills. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what else to tell you to take away preseason.
Well, I know about them trials. I got cut once or twice. Don't let it fool you. Sometimes you realize football is not for you. That's why you be a point guard in basketball. Football is not for everybody. I'll be a little 5'8" point guard in high school. I was good at that. That was my thing. I didn't need to be out there.
But me and that pigskin just didn't get along. Didn't get along.
I ain't playing that.
Right. Well, this week the pigskin. Right? Let's see how the pigskin doing for Mr. Hunter. Because do you think he's hurt? Do you really think he's hurt?
I think he's tired. I mean, think about it. You come off a football season, the Heisman Trophy, all the hype, got married, get drafted, go through preseason, playing both ways, all that. Dude, tired.
He ADHD. He said he can do this. He do this.
Yeah, but most ADHD take drugs. So if you're doing it naturally, they're the same thing. You're only ADHD when you're awake. I'm sorry. You're not like that when you're sleeping.
They said all they keep saying is he has an upper body injury.
Yes. His mind won't shut down. His mouth won't shut up. That's upper body. You know what I'm saying? Up here.
I'm like, what part of the upper body? Is he really even hurt? You don't have to lie to us to sit him. You don't even have to play him. Shit. We get it. You don't even have to play him in the preseason. Nobody would argue.
Now, if you want to play him on the side that you kind of iffy about him playing on, see how he can do, but cut them plays out. The dude's going to be ready season. You know what he's going to be able to do. Let's just get him in. Again,
man, that's why you drafted.
Preseason is whatever it is. So.
And then your boy get hurt. Like, what's going on? Like, what's up with our Buffs? What's up with damn, you injured too?
No, that's his injury. You know what it is? I look too good in the first preseason game. They don't want me to look this good again. All of a sudden I got an injury. But during my injury, during that practice with the Eagles, I had time to go stop and talk to Hurts, and we bonded and hollered at each
Ride
other.
around in the cart,
Right around, kicking it. Yeah, I'm hurt, right? No, I look too good. I prove what I can. I got to see what the other dude's gonna do, according to the Cleveland ownership. And so, again, as we said earlier,
because they will play him every week and then cut his ass.
See,
that's what I feel like they were going to do, is play him every week, cut him, and we didn't even get to see Gabriel, none of the other 5 fucking quarterbacks, and then he gets cut.
I think what's happened is he played too well. Now they got to see if it's going to keep him or Dylan. Because now did we waste a 3rd round pick? Did we waste such and such?
Yeah, you did.
Either way, you got 22 quarterbacks in the roster, and that's just fine with you. Somebody has to. But what I'm going to also say is, yes, he's hurt. I think he just needs to rest his arm and his chest this week, oblique, whatever it is, the injury, and he'll be back next week.
Okay. Well, there it is. Rishi, what's up? You finally woke up, homie. Appreciate you joining us today. So, no, everybody getting hurt. I ain't understanding what the situation is with the little buffs, but it is what it is. But we got a game action pack today. Week 2, bunch of games today and tomorrow. Even the W went down from 72 games to 1 today, just because they couldn't compete with the preseason. So week 2, got a lot of games on today. Man, let's see. Let's start at the top, man. What you got on this Dolphin? And is anybody in particular we looking for with that Dolphin and Lions game today?
The question is who they gonna put in. The question is, who are they going to put in the game? I know that Detroit's going to be very careful. Again, they lost another injury.
They might want to.
And they were very injured all last week. I mean, that last year, excuse me.
I was going to say all last season.
Last season, my fault. Yeah, so I don't know how many people they're going to play. And the Dolphins need to figure out what they're going to do. Is Tua going to play? Is Tyreek going to stay on the team? Have they figured all that out? Have they figured any of that out?
Tyreek want to come to the Cowboys. I'm like, come on out here.
No. Where they gonna put him at? They got 28 receivers and nobody at the road. No, I ain't gonna Dak. My fault. I ain't gonna talk about Dak. Whatever. So what I'm just looking for football in that game. I don't think it's gonna be much of anything or who's gonna play. Game. Now the second game, you talk about the Patriots and the Vikings. Both of them, I think they're gonna bring out their quarterbacks to play, start off because they're still young and trying to get them in their system. Yeah, and JJ
McCarthy. What is it? Yeah. McCarthy?
Yes, JJ McCarthy. Yes. So I think they're gonna play. I don't know if Justin Jefferson's gonna play any this week, but I don't think
he's gonna be there with all his gold chains on the sideline. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't playing with his.
And what you looking forward to seeing of all these wonderful games?
Shit, man! I actually want to see Carolina play today. Remember, we talked about them a couple weeks ago on that little sleeper team that's coming in hot from last year. Want to continue to see how they gel and they mesh together. And I did see where Odell Beckham is like requesting and wanting to come to Charlotte. Yeah, I said right today he doesn't want to retire and he actually wants to come to the Panthers. Why? I don't know. I don't know if he bought a house down there or some shit. I don't know. Listen, but he want to go to the Panthers.
Charlotte's the city now. Everybody wants to be in Charlotte down there, but
okay.
Yeah, I would love to see if the Panthers and the Texans. I want to see how that works out.
The Jets in New York might be all right.
Yeah, the Battle of New York. Yeah, because I want to see. I want to see if the quarterback for the Jets looks better than he did the first week. I know he interviewed and said he doesn't do anything anymore. All he does is focus on the Bible now. If you heard him make that quote, all I do is get into my Bible. And somebody said, well, you need to get into the playbook. I said, now that was wrong.
The playbook of Jesus. Are you serious right now, people?
No, you put Jesus in the playbook. That's what you do, bro. That's what you do. So I want to see that. But yes, I'm just excited. I'm watching.
I know you're gonna. Yeah, I know, and that's gonna be a decent game, defensively wise. I do want to see Green Bay play. That's only because I need to catch Gold in a couple plays if they let them play. I didn't really watch him the last one, and that was my big excitement draft player. So I really want to see Golden play. Hopefully, I can catch him a couple rounds. And of course, we all watching to see what Gabriel do, only because we're comparing his ass to Shador right now. We need reason today to say cut his ass. Need him to go through exceptions today. and get sacked 4 times. That's what I need in the first quarter.
No, no, even better. I want him to look good. I want him to look good. I want him to see what they gonna do when everybody look that good. I don't want nobody to play bad.
They ain't got time for none of that. His odds are against him already, man. Come on.
But think about this: if Shador gets cut after he's showing what he's showing, he's gonna be picked up quickly. So it ain't gonna be a scenario that he's not gonna get picked up. Now they've seen it, and they've seen that they unfortunate the thing that we see. They've humbled
and let
him.
him take him and sit Penix. Let him lose his job. They need somebody, right? It ain't Penix, but that's just me.
No, it probably won't be Atlanta, but he'd probably be somewhere. We'll see. But Gabriel, I wish you nothing but luck. Those Cleveland Brown fans, I want you nothing but luck in the preseason. You know, you got 16 quarterbacks. You're paying all. You can't pay 16 of them. I'm just saying.
I mean, they're gonna try it for now, but
you got the battle of LA. Get the battle of LA, the Chargers versus the Rams. I want to see Matthew Stafford still ain't playing. He's been out all preseason, hasn't thrown one pass during the preseason, and they expect him to come in and be a contender for the division and for the NFC. Is he healthy enough for that?
We'll see. I doubt it, or he won't stay healthy. One of the two will happen. Because our defense, he gonna catch a L with us. I'm just saying. But the Jags, I'm gonna watch them. I ain't even watching the Jags today. Why would I watch them? Hunter ain't playing, and they're playing the Saints. Seriously, so no, I'm gonna pass on that one. Tomorrow,
it's only 2 games you're gonna be watching because there's only 2 games tomorrow.
I'm gonna watch the Bills in Chicago. I'll watch that game, but
we all
and then of course Monday I'm gonna watch. Do you think they're gonna play their rookie? You think they're gonna play Lionel Richie, or he good enough to not have to play in the preseason now?
All I know, I don't think they're gonna play him. If he does, he play one series. But if they still hadn't signed that wide receiver,
they still has not. They took him off the injury list. They did take him off.
But that doesn't mean it didn't coach negotiation. That just means he's part of the roster. They go to do a cut. So when they start making cuts, he has to count against them. So either with them or against them. And Pittsburgh did another inquiry for him this week too to see if they're still interested in trading for him.
Y'all always inquiring on y'all always at the damn yard sale.
Listen, you grew up in the South. You picked up good things at the yard sale. Don't act like you all bougie didn't know.
Hey, I'm just saying. What's up, Leron Pete? Pete up in here. What's happening? Thank you for joining. But definitely we will see how this weekend of games go and see how it work out. Not that we even really care, but we're gonna roll with it. And 1 week left of it. But this next situation, TT, I know you got to have some news on it, man. Let's say it.
No. This is where we need your friends up in here.
Where's Ball? Like this is why he ain't having a show today. Now
there it is.
Paul, there it is. You're not having a show today because of Michigan. Are you kidding me? You couldn't withstand the blow today. That's all right. I'll make a reel out of this shit just for you. Oh my goodness. Michigan finally got slammed for all of their mishaps during the Jim Harbaugh days that he could give a shit about, that he suspended till 2038. Canary coach CFB college football. I'm going to retire in NFL, baby. I'm out of there. He knew this when he left. What you think about all this mayhem and when he left? Just a mess.
Okay. I'm glad you asked me this, and I'm not going to jump on Michigan because a Michigan fan ain't here. But what I'm going to ask the simple question. You get all of these things that happen, but you keep the national championship? I don't see nobody taking the national championship away from
what it is, I did read a little bit more. They said that they did not want to this time for some reason. And I'm taking a picture of the screen because I need to text this to Paul because I need him to jump on right now. But they said they didn't want to harm or take it away from kids who had nothing to do with it. Why take those things away from them? They had nothing to do with a lot of. That's what I was reading. So that's why the fine was so hefty, so that they didn't,
number one,
kids, the kids.
That fine don't mean nothing with the NIL and all that money they got coming in. So that fine is changing somebody's pocket right now. But where was this holding it down conversation when they stripped the Final Four of all of those Final Four banners and all that stuff? I mean, the Fab Five. When they stripped them, Michigan was like, Chris Webber was horrible what they did, blah, blah, blah. They stripped them for 20 years. that they didn't even exist in college basketball other than for people like us who love it. So now they holding it out. They want to take the national championship when you got caught videotaping, being on the sideline, watching stuff, pictures, all that kind of thing. And only people who got hurt was nobody. Think. Harbaugh left, as you said, and he got that 10-year show cause. In 10 years, Harbaugh going to be 90. So when is he going to want to coach college football again? It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. And he ain't got to pay the fine, like, at all.
The 35 years, 35 million, as I said, change in the pocket of these boosters with the new NIL.
Wait, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I just text Paul and he said, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Come on with this why you ain't got no show today.
So the only person that gets involved is the current head coach. Is he the first black coach of Michigan too?
I believe so. Only the people who won't come on because they being punks right now. Oh, I said this is why you ain't got a show today, and he's laughing. He didn't deny it.
So the only person that's hurt per se is the new head coach who only gets suspended for a couple of games and what does that say? Tell me what happens to him.
Let's see. So first off, we have $35 million cumulative completely. He talking about that's just a little slap on the wrist. Whatever. So that's the earliest he can coach again is 2038. Outside of that, the penalties for Michigan, they have a 4-year probation, $50,000 fine plus 10% of FB's team's budget, which is gonna go into their, I guess, NIL money. Let's see, and the fine is equivalent of 2 postseason CFP games, the awards that they get for playing in it. So they're getting penalized on the back end. So they're getting penalized enough money to take away from the games that they still can't play. 25% reduction in official visits. You can't even have kids to visit. And then like a 14-week prohibition on recruiting. And then this big hefty fine. So all of it's really just in the fine, telling him he can't coach there ever again, basically. And I think got 2 or 3 games, something like that.
So what you're telling me now in this new world, I don't need you to have to come to my campus. I come to you and offer you $4 million. You are going to come to Michigan. You don't lose that. So what did Michigan lose? In fact, they won.
Nothing.
All they would say Harbaugh cannot coach in college football anymore. And that's only, and let me tell you about the show cause. That's a show cause only if another school doesn't come to him and say, we want to sign him, then that school has to go to the NCAA and say why we want to hire him, and they still can get it.
They just can't play Michigan. Yo, what's up, Cool Monkey? And Paul, really? I'm on a ferry in Cancun telling y'all to watch it. Cancun, wasn't you just there? I need Joe money. You talking about me? Is you all right? You in Cancun? All right, big money. What say you with your little slap on the wrist over here?
Listen, they got nothing for all that they did. They kept their national championship. They just ain't got their old coach no more. They gonna get around the money because the NIL, and also
Farmer's gonna be a bitch this year. They're going 2-12.
Yes, but the worst part is the 2-12. They're gonna blame the first black head coach, and then they're not gonna have another one for another 50 years.
I don't care. Win some, you lose some. It won't be the first. You win some, you lose some, but y'all dead ass wrong out there in them streets out there. So, this is the remix. What?
That's where he is in Mexico. That's good. Enjoy yourself, sir.
Enjoy yourself. I'm glad you was able to join us and got Wi-Fi over there and all that good stuff. Thank you.
He was listening the whole time. He had Wi-Fi to do his show. He just didn't want to do it. He had the Wi-Fi. He could pop up on ours. He could pop on his. He didn't want to do it. I'm just gonna mess with him. Hey, Paul.
That's right. He didn't want to do it because of this Michigan mess. He didn't even feel like talking about it. But it's all gravy, Paul. We understand. But today We actually have a little bit of track and field on, which has already been on. They just play it here for us because I think they're in Spain or something. I don't know where they're at actually, but only one I cared about. There will be a lot on today, so y'all catch. I mean, all day, starting like now to the end of the day, probably on Prime, several different stations. But the 100 that we have been waiting on with Noah Lyles, Thompson, Benerick, or whatever, and Simon. I don't even know what country he's from. Shit, but the other one's from Jamaica. But they did run already. So spoiler alert: Noah Lyles lost. Okay, this morning. It was really early our time, but I did get to see the replay on it. But Noah Lyles lost. He came in second. So
behind whom? Behind whom?
Oh, behind Benerick, he won.
Yep.
And I mean, and he got him too. This wasn't even like a neck to neck. He had to come on now. Noah had to, of course, try to stride at the end to catch up the last 60 yards. But I think he might have came in second or third. But Benerick handily won this first place. Yeah. What do you say? Was like they suspended more like NBA draft picks, 2 picks, 1 pick, 6.
Exactly. They ain't lose nothing. Michigan ain't lose nothing. You know what, man?
Y'all trash, man. That don't make no sense.
I was on a plane during our show.
I got Wi-Fi. So I got to check out my favorite show. Well, I appreciate you had time to check us out on that good ferry. But be careful over there. Trump done made a lot of people mad.
They may not let you come back. Got to hold that passport tight, bro.
Yeah, put on a lanyard.
Something. They claim you from the Dominican and ship you to another island. You keep playing.
Cut your little slit in your arm and slid it and slide it under your skin. Something better have that shit on you.
Better put on you.
Okay. And Torrance, for you, he better have that little note that they gave you to your airport.
If you went through that thing, you better hold that paper like a darn Bible. You know what I'm saying? Hold it head tight. Like, I ain't getting this up all week. Like all this, I'm holding that.
Come on. You talking about Noah Lyles? He got COVID? No, this is not the Olympics. He ain't doing that. He lost.
He got Slovit. He got Slovit. He was slower than everybody else, and it was on video. Slovit. That's what it was. Slow video. Yeah. So he came in second. He really. No, I think it could have been third. Don't get me to lie, but I did see it. Y'all will see it today, but he did not win, and it was handedly. So Noah Lyles, sit your ass down. How about that? Whoa, nobody got no COVID. He'll come up with something. His ankle was twisted. My braids were too tight. I couldn't. My braids wasn't tight enough to get it through. Like, we get it, dog.
What you think? What you say about that?
Listen, man. I'm gonna say this. Pat Riley got first. For those who didn't know, Pat Riley will be getting a statue around the arena in Los Angeles sometime in the beginning of the season. That makes
sense. They're going to do it. It's a certain game. I think they're doing January or February. They're going to unveil it.
I don't know if Los Angeles is giving everybody statues all of a sudden.
Look, they gonna have nothing. If you ain't never been to their arena,
they got nowhere to move.
They ain't gonna have much more space to put another statue. Can you get into the hotel? I mean, they're gonna cut the road off. You ain't gonna be able to pull into the Omni. None of that. It's nowhere else to walk, dude. Like, y'all can't. Where are you gonna put something?
But I will say, he did come in when he undercutted the coach, Paul Westphal, before him, and helped them get rid of him and took the job. I mean, they don't lie about that. But once he got the job, he turned those Lakers, helped turn those Lakers into championship team. So does he deserve a statue? But my question, does he deserve the statue in LA or does he deserve the statue in Miami?
Thank you. Waiting on it. I'm gonna be quiet. Like, why the fuck? Why are they putting it in LA? When you think of LA, do you think of Pat Riley? Most people would even. I would say 50% of people don't even know he was a coach there. Not that he wasn't a good coach there, but that's not where he solidified his stuff at. To me, most people know him. He did, but most people are going to know him more. If you think of Pat Riley, you think of Miami. You're not going to think of Lakers.
Well,
it's just not.
As our age, I'm a Pat Riley Laker dude. He did win them the championships. Every time you looked at the screen and say Magic and Bird, they had this dude dapper on the sideline with the greased hair on the coach. So Pat Riley made his name and his bones there. But as that coach. But then that took him to the New York, and then took him to the Miamis. And
exactly.
but I think he's been made his stamp in Miami. Great, but overall the question statue, sure. Put him out there by Magic and
He gonna
Kareem.
get one everywhere. Is that what this is gonna be? If they starting out with his first place of residency, is New York gonna follow suit at some point in 5 years? Then Miami follow suit because he got a championship with them all.
The other two organizations are happy. Now we ain't got to do that. Be like, listen, we got what we ain't got to pay for that. We good. We got to put that up for him. We good now. Thank you, Lakers, with your 1918 championship. Thank you, appreciate it.
Right. Nobody knows. I mean, literally, when I think of the Lakers, I forgot he was a coach. I do think of I do think of Magic him. I know they was, but that is not who you really think of until you start watching plays or game highlights from them and Bird them playing, and you're like, oh, he was the damn coach on the sideline.
Okay. So let's ask
not
question. If they give Phil Jackson a statue, is it in LA or is it in Chicago?
Chicago.
Okay, I agree.
I think he should have it in both. He did enough to have one at both damn arenas.
He won 6-1, 3 the other.
Dang, Skippy. Not 1-1. He won multiples. He has 9 total between 2. Yes, you deserve one. Okay, both locations. He's talking about, put it next to LeBron at both. Exactly. I'll give you that. You're damn right.
So LeBron get ones in Miami and not in Cleveland?
No, he deserves one in Cleveland. If they're going to give him out like this, give him one in all of them. Shit.
You get a statue and you get a statue.
Just don't look like your homeboys in Miami. Do not get the same sculpture. That's all I'll ask.
Oh, yeah. That Dwayne Wade looked like a roach.
But I do think LeBron deserves one. If nothing else, I think he deserves one in Cleveland and LA. I wouldn't say Miami per se because he didn't earn that on his own. He came into an already built team that was Wade's team. He came in and finished it and did what he had to do. But for him to come to Cleveland, they weren't jack, won them one on his own. That's when I could appreciate him. Miami, he went down there and bandwagon a little bit, came back to Cleveland, did it again. Yes, you do deserve one there. You came out to LA, what he's done in LA. Yes, he's done some good things out there, and I'm not even being a hater. I'm giving him his kudos.
Now, I'm a Laker fan, and I will tell you this. You can't give LeBron a statue in LA based on who you giving statues in LA to.
I took that away. I'm sitting here justifying why I feel like he should have one. I didn't say at this point. I'm gonna say Cleveland and LA. I don't think Miami. He deserves one there. If you're gonna get one, but he has multiple rings at both of those locations now. He got 2 in Cleveland.
He doesn't only have one in LA.
He only got 2 in LA.
He only has one in LA. So he did. I say Cleveland, yes, because that's hometown, and you brought a championship that they never had. That's a statue. Miami, you brought 3. If you're going to give him a statue, that's up to you. LA right now, when you compare him to the greats of who played in the Laker uniforms,
I got you on that. Okay,
you can't get that right now. So
I'm with you on that. Next to all the other greats that's got one, I need to get one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Got it. Okay. And good question. I agree with Farrah, but I'm gonna side with TT a little bit there at the end on that one. But just wondering how you felt about that statue. But he is deserve it. I just don't think in LA.
But congratulations, Pat Riley. One of the great coaches and great organization situations in Miami.
Do what you do. Do what you do. Now outside of that, now Williams, Venus, she getting her old Barbie doll, and they didn't even make it look ugly. I just knew this doll was gonna be trash. So Barbie, they made her a doll. Just want to give her a little kudos. I don't know what they're trying to give her some money because she said she was on Cobra, and they trying to help her out with some sponsorships, get that girl some insurance.
First, she can afford Cobra. First, if she had to have it, she can afford it, like the rest of us. Number 1. Number 2, I love the representations for little black girls. Anytime we can celebrate a black woman doing some great things in this, and a little black girl can see that, then we can see the next little black girl. We saw it a couple weeks ago when that young girl in Canada we saw Coco coming from this tree. We see the tree that's going on because of what the Williams sisters do and all these powerful black women doing. And I love that. I absolutely love this. Now, I also tell you, I have a house full of Barbie dolls of Black History women that my wife and my daughter bought.
You better jump on this. I don't know
that we got. So I think this may be next for their collection. They're not mine. Let's make that clear. None of them are mine. I don't have Barbie dolls. I have action figures.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Madam C.J. Walker is here. You know, Maya Angelou is here. We got all of those.
Okay.
So,
I can roll with you on that. But without kudos with her on this, I did want to shout her out on that. I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's what the hell is up.
And they found the best looking picture they could ever find of her because you did. Because I mean, that's the best I've seen her looking. It's all right.
Hey, that's an old picture. We're gonna say that. That's definitely an old picture. So definitely an old picture, but we ain't gonna hate on her. Get her Barbie doll on. Let's see. So we got the dub. Let's move on over to the dub. Got a couple things on them real quick. So top performers. So I think we started out with Tuesday. Had some games on Tuesday.
Yeah, man, games every day. We act like start off on Tuesday. Didn't we
talk every day? But it's getting really crunch time though. Right now, it's getting crunch time. Every game is so important. Like I said, like we said last week, 2 through 6. It's anybody's game, and then you got 7 through, I would say 9 that could knock one of the damn 4 through 6 out. The W is crazy right now. So every game matters. I don't care if you're a trashy team, you better try to win. But the game results, and this is not my era. Dallas, somebody down there smoking weed or something. Dallas beat Dallas. 8180. They actually beat you in Connecticut. I didn't do it. I promise this was on WNBA's website. So I need y'all to get y'all people together.
So they can literally beat somebody. So even if they can beat somebody, congratulations, Dallas.
They did win. They did win.
Top performers, of course, Emma Musselman and Jaquel Jones the other night when they were playing Los Angeles. And
did you see her knock old girl out, Courtney Williams, over that screen? She's still on the ground.
Trying to find her hair.
Wall.
She's still trying to find her hair. The little bit she had, she's still trying to find it right now. I can't even get mad at her, man. Go look at that. But yeah, sometimes you just make sure and that's her teammates' fault. Y'all better call out that screen.
Not silly was a person. Courtney Williams gets the award, but go ahead.
And then Maddie Seacrest and Lou, I can't pronounce her last name, and no disrespect. She put on a good game the other night when they was playing Connecticut.
She's good. She's really good.
That's why she got out of her contract. I think was she in either in LA, Seattle?
Yeah, man, that girl. I like this addition.
Yeah, she is going to be. She can shoot the 3. She can go down low. Yes, talent is there with that. Dallas has a future.
They really do. Y'all better go playing.
Once they get a coach, they'll be ready to go. You know,
T Witherspoon
out there. Oh, sorry.
She what?
T Witherspoon is still out there needing the coach. I'm just saying. Teaspoon
gonna get back in there, but she probably ain't. She like the W. I mean, the Unrivals paying real good. I'm good. I'm chilling. So
I can get both money. One's off season, one's season. I can get both money.
Yeah, but you know they be tripping. But they did have, where is that? 3 players was ejected. Love it. This was a game. So we had a couple games the other day. We'll come back to it. But I had to get to this ejection. Did you watch this?
I caught when the girls were going into the locker room, so I missed the what happened.
Well, basically, it was a foul, going for a common foul, but it was a little rough of a foul. She was going down. She kind of pushed her in the back. I don't know if she pushed her or was trying to hold her up. Of course, the refs are trying to jump in because she takes her down with her. She's falling, she grabs her like, bitch, she grabbed her, pull her down. Another player comes running in, and she was trying to protect her, I guess, stand up for her teammate, but she went straight through the ref. Like, did you not see the stripes? Nope. Black and white, like, you can't push through her. You can push through the other players, but you can't push through her. So she ended up getting ejected, all 3 of it. It was about to be on in there, boy. On and popping.
That's Ariel Atkins. She's from Dallas. She ain't see that ref. She's from Dallas. She's business. I ain't see nothing in front of me. When I'm going to get it, I'm going to get you. You ain't stopping me. That's all that is. So, yes. Okay, that's what it was. But think about it. I want you to, but look who we're playing. Look at the teams playing. Neither one have a chance to make the playoffs, and they still showing that kind of energy. That's
what they mad, or they just mad. One of the two. I don't know. They mad as hell because they ain't. And my God, don't beat each other up. But back to the results on Wednesday. Had a couple games. who you seeing in here? We got Connecticut. They beat. I mean, I think that was the. Was it? No, that's not the game that they was fighting. I don't even remember which one.
Yeah,
But
it's Connecticut versus Chicago. That's the game they were.
okay, was that one? Gotcha. But this what's her name? Lance, and she took care of what she Lakin or whatever. She took care of business. Valkyries. Y'all know that's my team. A little sleeper. Hope they make it in the playoffs. And then of course your girl, she's coming in her play out there in
All of a
Vegas,
sudden,
coming off the. She's
all of
okay with the bench.
listen, she coming in loading. So
Loaded.
I'm loving what she's doing. We gonna talk about more because there's more games, but I'm loving what Las Vegas is doing, and of course Atlanta. When you see your girl and my girl right there in the picture, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Leisha,
trouble.
hey Leisha.
It's gonna be trouble when you have them two running the box score up for you. And then last night we had a couple games, a few games last night. They were trying to get it in because they couldn't play today. Who we got there, TT?
Citron and the Mystics. They beat the Fever last night. It was a really good game.
They dropped two this week.
I sat there and watched that, and they beat them. Who else we got there? Then I see your girl Cecilia down there for the Valkyrie. Look like they played a good game against Chicago again. That's the same. I mean, same teams playing. I guess we're running out of teams. And then we got Los Angeles and hey Kelsey, hey Deandra, hey Harry, how you doing? And they pulled out a victory this week. I mean on Friday. Excuse me. Then I missed this game, the Storm. But of course, Skylar's being Skylar. That's all I'm gonna say. And Seattle looks like they pulled that one off. My favorite, of course, Asia Wilson would have put up what 30 and 19 or something, 16, something like that.
Took care of the Mercury.
Listen, when your girl sitting there injured, all of a sudden you see Asia putting up numbers on this and 7 games in a row.
And they playoff eligible. They ready for the playoffs.
Vegas has put up 7 games. I think they moved up to the 4th spot. They moved up to number 4. Listen, I told you last week, nobody would have messed with that team when they were sitting there. Now they are on fire.
I'm trying to tell you, the 4-for-4, they on fire. I know they're going to make the playoffs. That's why I'm like, it's such a big deal with this last home stretch of games, this last month or so of play. But this chick right here, they below 500 without Caitlin. They're about to drop themselves right out of the playoffs. You realize that, right? They dropped 2 this week. If this girl doesn't get back and everybody else is on a roll while they're spiraling down, they will not make the playoffs in these last few weeks.
I'm going to say this. I can put it on Caitlin as in not without her. They need her, yes. But of course, they had those horrific injuries also. And now they had to bring in a new point guard and get into that system. And it's a whole lot of things. I don't think it's Caitlin. Like I said, when they had McDonald playing, they were on fire. They were doing their thing and they were playing like a team. They need Caitlin because they need a point guard. I don't know if they need somebody. So if she ain't gonna come back, tell me she ain't coming back and we can just circle our wagons and this is what we're gonna be. But if y'all sitting there hoping that Caitlin's gonna be back on a certain time and gonna play, and y'all depending on playoff hopes.
Odyssey's not doing nothing. I honestly haven't seen them play with Odyssey. Is she not?
Odyssey played. But she only played her first game a couple of days ago. She's only played 2 games with them. Yes, you are WNBA player, but you don't know their system. You don't know. You still got to learn that. That's the newness of Odyssey. And once Odyssey figures out, just like when McDonald figured it out, Ariel McDonald, then
it's on, but it could be too late. I'm telling you, too many people, too many games, too many teams are on fire right now while they're spiraling. So we're gonna see how it play out for them in the end. And of course, playoffs being clinched. Y'all already know Minnesota Lynx already playoff clinched. We're good to go. Ain't no way out. They like 7 games above the number 2 spot. Ridiculous. That's my folk. And then, since, we right. Today's only game at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock Central here. I will be watching this game. They just played them the other day, but it was a good game. This is a number 1, number 2 team in the league. It's always going to be great game, great coaches. I think the Lynx coach, she said that she would change her hair pink if they win the championship. She said that's what they won't if they win the championship.
We talked about Caitlin. Are we still not talking about how big Stewie is? Because New York has been kind of slipping in there because Stewie hadn't come in. We hadn't heard if she's coming back or when she's supposed to be coming back too. And New York is playing. They holding on, but they slipping. They lost a couple of games and teams.
They could dang them lose half of their last few games. They're still gonna make the playoffs because they're that far ahead.
No, but you don't want to be the 4th seed because in the second round you're gonna have to play the Lynx. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. If you make it through, you don't want a certain spot. You want to make sure you get your positioning. So if you do have to play the best team in the league, I'm playing you in the championship. That's what your goal should be.
But yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. They are spiraling. Anescu can't do it by herself. Old girl in the picture, she balling out too, but she's not who you're gonna go to for scoring. She can drive, penetrate, but they gotta breathe. I didn't know she was that big of a glue to them, but it's pretty bad. But I'm watching this game today and see how it goes. So we shall see. Yeah, let's see. Your girls, Paul on the ferry. I know he had to go. Wi-Fi probably ain't too good, but them AR1s are gonna be out on 18th. You ain't copping none of them?
Nah, they Reebok. I don't. No, probably not. No, maybe no, maybe.
No, I can wholeheartedly just say hell to the no. So no, I would not be buying those. I'm not a Reebok fan.
I love the classics. The classics is my joint. The classic Reebok.
Well, of course, everybody gonna wear some classic shell toe, however you need to do it. But I need my classics. But other than that, no. But kudos to her.
Yeah, I wish they sell out the arena for all those haters against her. I want her to sell that thing. Have to release, but Farrah getting that first one, maybe something. You get that first pair and lock them up because in about 3 months. They be worth. You pay $100 for them. They be worth $600. So
only if she signed them. If I knew where she was and she could sign them right in front of me, yeah, I'll buy them.
That was sneaker culture. The sneaker culture because it's going to be a limited run. Boom, that's it. Get that first one. Yeah. Like you had a pair of old first Jordans that came out when you was like in 8th grade, 5th grade,
which we didn't know over there getting them cleaned and just trying to take care of. We didn't know we had kept them, but
yeah. That's what that's it.
But yeah, I don't like the shoe. So let's see how she goes up against them Asian ones. We're gonna see if she sell out in minutes.
But I'm gonna admit something. That's a pretty picture of her. I'm gonna say that. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's
move on. That's a pretty picture.
Nah, she all right. But your girl, I seen that South Carolina now. Not that she's gonna play a HBCU team in the first round of the, play. The March Madness, that's usually who they end up playing, is some HBCU team that won their, conference tournament. But she's actually traveling out there mid-season, January 18th. She's going to Coppin State. She wants to be able to go up and showcase and bring fans to these arenas. It's more than just a game. I read a little bit up on it. Dawn is intentionally trying to give more exposure to smaller Black schools because they really have good players. She started out at Temple. She knows what it's like. So it's a lot more with just playing them at Coppin and go up there and beat them by 80. We know, but it is bringing notoriety, it's bringing attention to them. And I think it's a really good thing. She's hosting them. She's going there. Not coming south, she's going to their school.
2 things. I had an uncle who used to be the head coach of the men's at Coppin State years ago.
Oh, good.
Shout out to Coppin State. So, number 2, Dawn does this often. She wants to showcase not only Black colleges, but Black coaches. She wants them to get exposure and using her spotlight to show them. So she'll schedule an HBCU. She plays South Carolina State all the time. She'll play a smaller school to make sure they can do this. This is different for 2 reasons. We're traveling to Coppin State, and it's in January. Now, you know that January 18th is around the time that we supposed to play Connecticut. Connecticut decided they didn't want to put South Carolina on the schedule this year. If you ever pay attention to it.
Wow.
They decided they didn't want to. So they had to figure out a spot, put something in that spot, and bringing this to Coppin State, bringing this to an HBCU. Perfect. It's going to get that light, get that shine. And of course, I'm going to be watching it. That's what I do.
Of course.
Kudos to Dawn, and keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, you spotlight coaching, you're doing the things, you're making sure this is getting, because you don't want to leave it where you got it. You're trying to make it better for the next one. And I appreciate that about you.
For sure. So kudos to her. I'll be watching that game next January. But lastly, We got a good old slap in the face.
Oh,
Wanted to bring this last.
the new segment, slap in the face.
So these women said they feel like they got a slap in the face. So they got a proposal from the league. I think they wanted to give them 250 to a million. They're like, hell no, this is a slap in the face. There's a lot of argument there. I know I think they should be paid. I think that was a decent raise. I know it's not where they want to be, but you got to go in steps. So I get it. Yes, the W only has 9%. You know, they only pay them 9%, where everyone else is at 50 or 40%. All the other professional leagues and things of that nature. But as much money as they made, when you actually look at the numbers, the W really ain't profitable yet. That's what I'm seeing, that their numbers aren't profitable yet. The NBA is funneling them. So I'm trying to understand, where's that gap? Hopefully you can fill that in for me, because if they're not profitable yet, they gave you a little bit, you don't want it, you declined it. We're trying to get to the 40 and 50% everybody else at. Right now you're at 9, but if the league isn't profitable, I don't know. What say you?
Now, first, that proposal that was sent, it would basically was this: they're moving the lowest paid minimum salary from 66,000 to 250,000. That's part one of that. It's from 66 to 250. Unrival's already paying 250, so all they do is matching that straight up to everybody. And they're paying the highest from 250 to 1 million is the most you can go. So in looking at those terms, it looks good. I will say that looks good, but I agree that's a slap in the face. Now, on one side. Number two, you just said that they only get 9% of whatever, and they're not profitable.
Yeah.
But if they're not profitable, why are they bringing in more teams? Why are these ownerships are buying WNBA?
The NBA is still funneling the money in.
So is the NBA profitable? So what?
They're big enough and have enough money to give us the money in hopes of a return at some point. That's what that is.
That is exactly what it is. If you can pay, put that here, $10 billion from the Boston Celtics and $20 billion for the Los Angeles Lakers, you believe that team is profitable enough to get you money to compensate for what you just spent. Okay, so why did you think that part of that profit is not the WNBA? Yes, it's a slow growing process. It's a slow growing product or whatever, but those girls are playing just like those men are playing. Those men are getting 50%. I don't know if they're asking for 50%, but you slap in the face with 9%. Go up to 20%. You still get the profit of what, 80% of what it is. Why are you sticking at basically at a 10% number, 20%? And for something, are you going to wait for them to put 20 billion in your pockets before you give them $1? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's almost like, you think of it this way, it's almost like, and I'm not defending them, I think they should be paid. It's almost like you started out a new business and you ain't made $1, but you're going to give yourself a check. You barely bringing in any money, but you already paying yourself. A lot of you can't get paid. You can't pay yourself until all the work is done. Till you a year or two down the road, a lot of entrepreneurs are that way. You have to invest first.
What you just said, you can't make money until you do what? Spend money. That's the answer to your question. You can't make money until you spend money. When you spend money, you're gonna get more eyes on it. You're gonna want to make sure that TV deal gets better because now you're spending money. You're gonna make sure that apparel deal gets better. You're gonna have that contract. All these things get how when you spending money, you make money. You ain't spending no money. But you want me to make you money, but you ain't want to spend no money.
Got it. Like I said, I ain't against it. I just wanted to see how you felt about it. Is it really a slap in the face opposed to how much they swear they're making? They're able to throw the data out there, the numbers out there to them and let them know, look, we're not profitable enough. Until we can't pay you but this amount. We'll increase it as we go.
Why are you capping me, but you ain't capping nobody else? Okay, so why are you capping it $1 million? If an owner comes in who owns the whatever and want to pay me $5 million a year, I can't get that money because you want to cap everybody at the most $1 million?
So where did the negotiations go from here? Now you finish the season. I think it's over October. I think not the season, but as far as this negotiation or whatever they got, it's like October or something. Then they have to reconvene next year. So are they boycotting next summer? Because if they're saying no now and they didn't take it, all they can do is go back and say, "Yeah, I want what you gave us," or maybe they'll counter offer, maybe come back with some more for them. And if it ain't it sounds like if it ain't exactly what they want, they ain't playing next year, which could be detrimental to the W.
I don't know if not what I want. It's me and all I want or nothing. I don't think it's that. But I'm telling you, 9% is not enough. If you give me 9% and I give you 30%, that means we got a window in between. Think about that. We got a window in between. Are you stuck at 9%? And am I stuck at 30? No, but it's a negotiation. So if I told you no to 9
They
doesn't work,
ain't budget. They definitely ain't budget. That's
you
what
know,
I will say.
if 9 ain't work for me, let's get up to 15. That's 20. That's in between the 9 and the 30. Neither one of us got what we want, but both of us got something.
I think the negotiations are gonna get real serious when the season is over. When the season is over, it's gonna get serious between then and unrivaled time. I can tell you that. Paul, what happened to Angel? She shuts it down after every All-Star game. Yeah, 2 seasons in a row, baby. I don't know. We don't know.
Isn't she in Mexico with you right now? I mean,
and what's so crazy is she got a shoe dropping. She she can't play, but they had t-shirts. They gave away all her t-shirts of the night. Filled the stadium with Angel Reed, her t-shirts and stuff with her shoes. So I'm not understanding. I'm gonna be honest. I have to jump off the Brick Barbie train, man. She's just not there. They're not saying what's really wrong with her. Like, are you kidding me? You like you said, after All-Star, shut down. She's not. It's almost like if she ain't having a good season, and she was. So I don't know, man. Somebody got to find some inside story on it.
She ain't playing. She dropped a new shoe, and then Paul ended up in Mexico. Have we seen where she at? Is she in Mexico? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
You ain't out there chilling with the Brick, are you?
Listen, Paul was a big fan. Neither one did their job. She ain't working. Paul ain't doing the podcast. Neither one doing the job. Right? Am I right?
Come on, Paul. Paul talking about she too young. Man, come on. She 21. When you don't act like that. Don't act like that.
Yeah, whatever, Paul. We know the truth. We gonna be all right with that.
We know the truth. She's posting pics every day like she hooping. Do she even practice? Like, seriously. I've been really wondering like what that girl be doing.
Well, I believe she practiced. Oh, she practiced. And maybe and maybe time on the beach and her little bikini with a margarita with Paul, maybe bring her back for the last couple of games of the season. We don't know.
If you see some bricks anywhere sporadic out on the beach, you know she there, Paul.
You know she there, player. Just look for it.
You know she there. Just look for the bricks. Look for the bricks. Yeah, hopefully she get her stuff together. But honestly, I'm over her. I'm not a fan no more. But
see you next year. That's all we can
see you next year. And maybe she gonna be on the runway somewhere. I think that's where she need to take her talents, to the runway. That's what I'm gonna say.
More power to her. Whatever she does, more power to her.
But guys, that's about all that we got for you for today, Paul. I think have a good time out there. Bring me a shot glass, another one. I ain't got the first one yet from this.
I got one for you. I got one. Oh, I never come to your house. Remember, we started that.
Yeah, I ain't seen you, so I need my one from Hawaii. Everybody traveling. I can bring you one from North Carolina because it seems the only damn place I fly to. See, the only place I fly to. But outside of that, if you're on replay, we appreciate you joining. If you're on here now, Paul, go back to the beginning so you can see my little article about my high school and high school racism. We want to get that awareness out there for sure. But, to everybody that's watching, I appreciate you guys. What shout out you got?
Just shout out to everybody who's on the podcast. I'm gonna shout you out. Like I said, in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna be in Atlanta. I can bring you a shot glass. I can bring you some wings from Magic City. Either way, I don't. We do. We know how we do it. I'm just playing with you. But shout out to, like I said, that young man in Lincoln. Listen, do the right thing. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself, and don't worry about that ignorance. Ignorance is you're gonna deal with that the rest of your life. Hello, mother. How are you?
Hello, Mama Thompson.
I saw her watching on my phone. I saw her there watching. That's why I was watching what I was saying. So, but yeah. So shout out to him and his family, and I hope everything works out. And do your thing at Oak Hill. So Lincolnton gonna have something to talk about like Georgetown. We got the fastest person in the world. Maybe y'all got the next great NBA player.
Well, we got a little football player that's rocking right now. He got scholarships from pretty much everywhere, Alabama, all of them. So we,
South Carolina?
yeah, yeah, he does have an offer from there too. He has an offer pretty much from every freaking where. So maybe we have to shout out some of those kids next week.
Mama, Magic City is a store that sells magic gear.
Magic City, Mama. Where are you? Mama, what did you used to do in Atlanta?
Hello.
What do Mama know? What Mama know about Magic City?
No, your son's here. Do not answer that question. Don't want to know.
I'm like, I live, baby. Don't worry.
They call me Spices.
You believe Mama loves? I ain't got nothing to do with that, Mama Thompson.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, before we get murdered, Mama's. I'm still afraid of my mama. She's 83. I swear, I think she could take me out of this world right now. No cap, but really do. But I appreciate everybody joining us. Make sure you share, like, follow, subscribe, Monkey them and Anu and all of y'all, so y'all know when we're on and ain't got to call each other. Get you on over there on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you guys for joining. We will be back on Tuesday.
Me either.
Never been.
No,
me either, Mama. I ain't about that life. Never been. Nope. But make sure you guys join us Tuesday. We will be on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Next Saturday, I guess we might be on. I don't know, depending on TT.
Yeah, because I'll be right here.
You'll be right here? Okay, that ain't the weekend, my bad. His travel weekend. But definitely appreciate everybody joining. And outside of that, shoot, y'all go watch y'all track and field today, the WNBA game, and all these preseason week 2 trash games we're going to keep watching. So until then, y'all know what we do. Peace.